So machine learning is just incredibly powerful. It's technology that can actually learn from data without rules-based programming, meaning you're able to define just an output variable or result and let the machine actually decide which variables are dependent on that to actually create that outcome. The implications are just monumental for all kinds of businesses. The key to machine learning, though, to be successful is making sure you have a defined use case. So that's why I think we've been so successful, is we've been pretty clear about our use case. We work on the lapsed customer problem. We work on looking at customers that have been inactive for a long period of time and understanding how to bring them back. So I think that's where we differentiate ourselves quite a bit, is that we've always focused on this, and we feel like we're basically the world leader in this specific use case. And what's great is we can actually prove it with companies over time. So a lot of companies, they generally think that people defect for either price, right, if something's too expensive, or for service if they had a poor service experience, but we really think that's just the surface. So what our technology does is look for the hidden variables that aren't necessarily so obvious. Maybe someone's taste changed, or maybe there's a new competitor in the market. So that's another piece of our technology, is actually going in, looking at the observable variables that are there, but using that to help uncover the hidden variables. Typically, companies overinvest in acquisition and even some retention strategies, because again, it's a very broad definition of how they go attack that. Because we work on a very individual customer level, we're able to tell companies specifically to email this cohort, or call this other cohort, or send this other group of people a catalog instead, or maybe retarget another group, right? So companies are extremely efficient in the way that they go and reacquire these companies based on our insights. So the companies that have participated in the pilots have actually ranged greatly, right? So we have companies that have millions of customers, literally 50 million plus customers. But we also have companies that have 1,000 customers, but it's okay. What actually matters is that they've collected enough data for us to analyze. And what that means is that we have at least 18 months back of data, because the way our algorithms work is they'll predict the past and see how well it does. And then once it feels confident enough about its past predictions is when we can feel good about predicting future behaviors. The technology behind Relativity-6 is quite streamlined at this point. The way it works is initially we ask for purely behavioral data from a company. We don't want names, we don't want emails, nothing personal. We just need a unique customer identifier. Because what we're doing is we're analyzing internal past purchase behaviors. So once we get the raw data from a customer, we actually go ahead and transform that data to make it useful for our machine learning algorithms. We then take that data, churn it through our algorithms, and come out with initial predictions of not only who's going to make a purchase in the next month that hasn't purchased in a while, but also which product or service they're most likely to want to buy. And we're also able to predict which channel they're most likely to respond to, whether that's email, phone, catalog. So then once we have those predictions, companies actually go ahead and use our suggestions, and we get to see what happened from those predictions. And whether we're right or wrong, the model retrains itself. It's the beauty of machine learning. It learns whether it was accurate or not, and then is able to retrain and be more accurate the next time around. And that's the process that repeats itself until we achieve that 80% accuracy rate. In terms of ideal customer, the truth is that it's any organization that's been around for over 2-3 years, that has a lot of customers, that has some that haven't purchased in a long period of time, that has behavioral purchase data, right? What we're looking for is any indicators of actual purchases. So retailers are great because they have so much information. Financial institutions are also great. Insurance companies are also great, but that's not it, right? So literally any organization that's kept their data and has enough customers for us to be able to analyze. We take data privacy extremely seriously. We even have a couple cybersecurity PhDs on staff. But we don't want names, we don't want emails, we don't want credit card numbers. It doesn't even help our model. And we don't want it. We want behavioral data from your customers. So all we need is a unique customer identifier, and that's good to go. So that's really helped in terms of working with financial institutions, insurance agencies, hospitals, that kind of thing. So our models actually work really well with political organizations and nonprofits and universities in terms of gifting and donations. It's the same, almost the same exact concept of identifying people that have taken that action before, haven't in a while, and really figuring out the best time and best channel to ask again.